Hey everyone, welcome to the WorknDirt channel. I'm Joel and this is Tara, and today we are going to be bringing you a cool review on the Maxiflex Ultimate Glove, because we know you guys can't go out there and do all that hard work without the right protection. So stick around to find out what these things are all about.
Today we are talking about the Maxiflex Ultimate Glove. And to those of you who wear gloves on the job site or hate wearing gloves on the job site, these are for you.
I didn't wear gloves on the job site for a long time. Because why? I didn't want to spend the money on them. 2, I was a manly man. And 3, I didn't like my hands sweating and not having a feel to whatever project I was working on.
It's easier to just take them off and using your naked hands and let your hands be dry and sore at the end of the day.
Correct. So what have we tried?
Different glove brands, especially mechanics. I think those were probably the ones that we used for the most part before we found these. And
yes.
We no longer own any mechanics gloves. They all went in the trash.
They're very popular for some of you that don't know out there. Yeah, that's what they're actually called, mechanics gloves. A lot of auto mechanics wear them, and they were really comfortable. I liked them a lot, but it seemed like their quality changed overnight, because within like a month we were getting holes. She was getting holes faster than me, and she doesn't work as much with hers as I did.
They were like the first pair of gloves that I was excited to have, and they came with cute little pink, they were black with little pink logos on it, you know, made for women, and you know, I put them on and I wanted to like them so much, but I just couldn't. They didn't fit right. Your fingers were stretching out in some spots, and then they got holes in a month. They were ripping.
And so if one of the representatives of that company is watching this, I hope they take note and change the quality or something, because I felt bad.
Or decrease your price, because I can't pay $25 every month for a new pair of gloves.
Yeah, they're $15 to $25 depending on which ones you get. Now they have a bunch of different versions, and I think they're so caught up in just how cool they look.
Yeah.
The quality has definitely gone downhill, and I'm sure a lot of you guys will agree. So steer clear, but don't worry about that, because what we're going to show you today is going to be 10 times better. Well, let's talk about the dexterity. Why
dexterity.
they feel
A high level of dexterity.
Correct. These are very thin, but don't let that fool you for strength or durability.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you can see how thin they are, but they're very thin as compared to like this U-line glove. Now this U-line glove might have a specific purpose. You know, it's really thick rubber. Maybe you're in a colder climate, so it's a little warmer. It's got more cotton in it, but this glove is nice and thin, and when you're wearing it, it's like you forget it's
a second
almost
layer of skin.
It because it allows your hand to breathe.
Yes.
You forget.
Very breathable.
Yeah.
Very, very breathable. And it's not only breathable on the back where there is no dipped coating, but the dip coating is actually breathable too.
Yes. And speaking of breathing, this company has gone through a lot of research to create the best glove that does not off-gas or, you know, leach chemicals into your skin. So that's pretty important, because a lot of gloves don't mention anything about that, and we know it's kind of a big thing these days for good reason, because there's proof that a lot of things give off chemicals in different climates.
Yeah,
so
when you're warm and working, your pores are open and things can leach into your system.
Yeah.
And they have a claim that they make everything out of health conscious materials that don't leach into your skin.
Yeah, because we've worn materials where, like, you know, even welding gloves where you'll see some dye on your hand after you've worn it for a while. You don't get that with these. So that's kind of a nice peace of mind. I mean, look at these. Who knows what they're making these guys out of. But so just a point to take. And as far as longevity, if you're wearing these day in, day out like me, every day on the job, I'd say you get 2 to 4 months out of it. And that's pretty good because of the price point. These are about $3 to $6 depending on how many you buy and what size you buy. And so for a year, that puts you at like $16 to $30 per year.
Yeah,
for
and that's if you use them every day.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I like them so much. I bought a 12-pack, worked out to like $3 a pair. So I mean that's almost disposable. But let's see what else we got.
The sizes.
The sizes, they come in 7 different sizes, from XX small.
Extra small to extra large.
Yep.
Which, for me, as a female or anyone with smaller hands, it's hard to walk into Home Depot and find gloves that actually give you dexterity.
Ladies, listen up. She found a glove she likes.
And you can order them online. We've got a link in our description. You can get the right size for you. I wear a small.
And I wear an XL typically in most gloves, but in this one I wear XXL. So for some of you bigger guys out there, the glove's going to be tighter. I'm surprised they have to come out with a triple X or quadruple X.
But they are flexible, so they might feel maybe tight.
No,
but
I don't want to lead the big guys on.
Yeah.
They are, like, my hands are big and more longer, but if you have a really big hand, like Brock Lesnar's status, you know, I think he's like a 5X.
They might not be.
They're not that big. So
put yours on, show the fit.
So yeah, this. So there you go. That's a double X right there.
Do you feel like you would wear an XXXL if they had it? Did you try one?
A triple X?
Yeah.
No.
You're comfortable.
The double X is good,
Yeah.
and I know there's bigger guys out there, so that's why I'm just putting a little caution out there, and hopefully they make a bigger one soon.
And I like that they color code or color identify the size of your glove. Yep. The smalls are white, the extra large are blue, and then every other
there's like green,
size has different
purple,
color.
orange.
So if they're just laying on the ground, you know quickly which ones are the right size for you.
Yep. So these are also so well fitting and just tight that she actually puts latex gloves over them sometimes when she's working with chemicals, because I have a lot of big gloves around the shop, and so I don't know, we don't have small ones, and she just puts it right on over like it's her own hand.
Because they do feel like just an extra layer of skin, I don't take the time to take these off and then put these on. Plus they give me more what's the word? Girth.
Grip. They fill it out.
They fill out the bigger, they help me fill out bigger gloves, so that way I have a little more dexterity.
And another thing I forgot to mention for some of the more manly men who will never wear gloves, I will say that some of you also experience tendinitis, and I will say that when you have a better grip in your hand, that's making your tendons work a little less hard. So that's another comfort, along with the warmth or lack of warmth that they provide, because they're not trying to make your hands sweat. It's just a very comfortable glove that allows you to work effectively, and it helps to strain your muscles less. So look, I just love putting them on. I can't stop. It's just, and they go on quick. Like that's another thing.
Yeah.
Some of you guys don't like, like putting on a boot that's 10 inches high. You gotta lace it. It takes forever. It's like you grab them, boom, done. Yeah. Like it's not a process. And another great benefit, probably next to the best benefit of these gloves, is that you can actually touch your smartphone and answer a call. So let me demonstrate. Here we have a call from Drake, and we're gonna hit play. Oh, that's pretty nice, isn't it? Yes, sold. Yes, these are smartphone friendly and allow your magnetism to affect other electronic devices. So, yes, and like here's a nice pair of leather gloves I couldn't resist from buying because I wanted to try them. But yeah, they feel good, but as you can see, they got the big seams, but there's no elastic or string that pulls them, so I can tell that I'll have to continue to like pull them down so that they stay on. So I'm gonna go away with them. The reason why I bought them, you're probably wondering, you're like, well, you're talking about Maxiflex, why'd you even buy those? Well, because I was thinking about another pair of welding gloves. These can work good if you're just gonna put down a couple tacks here and there and be done, but if you're gonna weld all day, they are not welding gloves. So I do have, my welding gloves that are falling apart. So I was thinking, oh, maybe these could suffice, but they didn't. So dip options, this is a palm dip. They dip it in rubber down to here. You can get a full dip, which covers the back of the knuckles.
You get it's called a 3/4 dip.
3/4.
Covers back of the knuckles, full dip goes all the way down to here. And then the driver's glove, which covers the whole wrist in the rubber dip.
Yep. And so what work will we not do in these? We said welding.
Welding, and then maybe chemical, handling chemicals.
Yes, because they do.
Some wet climates. However, they still are convenient in wet climates like pressure washing. Maybe dripping on your hands, but they're really nice to be able to keep a grip on the glove or on the pressure washer. And when the water does get in, it's not that bothersome because they're so breathable.
It's kind of like a wetsuit. Like anyone who's worn a wetsuit, you can still have full function. You're not uncomfortable. It kind of breathes, and then when you're done, you take them off and they dry out really quick.
Right. And you're not finding that your hands are becoming wrinkly because they've been soaked in there like you would with a latex glove.
Yep. And like also when I use a paint sprayer, that's another, sometimes that thing starts to get heavy if you're using a long extension all day long. And you'll see the Idaho painter wears a pair of gloves similar to these. And I hope he watches this video because he's going to like these even more. I wear them for doing sheetrock work so all that lime dust doesn't eat up my skin. I love it for that.
Cold weather might be a little rough trying to use these if your hands are frozen because they keep them a little bit warmer, but it's not enough in super cold weather.
But I will say, though, like my father and uncles, they work in iron, and they usually wear those big kind of loose leather gloves. I'd be tempted to try this under one of those.
Yeah.
And some of your iron workers will be like, yeah, right, don't ever do that. Or I don't know, maybe you might think that might be an option. So, yes, we cannot say enough about these. I'm always going to be real with you guys, and I love to promote anything that's going to help your job and do better work.
Yeah.
So
you can't find them in Home Depot, at least not yet.
Not yet.
None of your major, box home
big box retailers.
Yeah, big box retailers. Lowe's.
So
online is where you're going to find them, or at I think we purchased them at Fasteners Inc.
Fasteners Inc. Yep.
But again, you can use our link,
which helps
Amazon.
Us, and it helps our channel get back to veterans, trails, and charities each quarter. So we would greatly appreciate it. And I guess that's about it, right?
Yeah, nothing. There's plenty more to say, but nothing more that you probably want to hear. So.
Yeah, and hopefully we didn't take up your whole lunch break. So time to get back to work.
Get back to work.
Bye. Yes, and what we are talking about is the Maxiflex Love Glove.
Love Glove?
Oh.
Ultimate. Well, that's a little creepy.
Oh, is the Love Glove a condom?
I think so.
When I said it, I was like,